What a game, what a game, what a game. Oh, oh, Arnie! 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 I'm scared. I think this guy is gonna choke me like he choked Xabi Alonso. Bo, what a game, what a game. Who was playing? Arne Slot or Zinedine Zidane? Bo. What a game. Let me tell you how Arne Slot choked Xabi Alonso. Wow. I can't get over it. If it wasn't for Courtois, probably Real Madrid would have conceded 7 goals like the other team. You know who I'm talking about. 7-0. Sorry, I love you, Man United. I always love you. Just to make it clear, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I love beautiful games. Leaving jokes aside, let's get to the real thing and tell you how Arne Slot dominated this game and won against Real Madrid. First of all, Arne Slot studied very well Real Madrid, their weaknesses and their strength. We've talked about this before, that Real Madrid struggles against teams who play with a well-organized low block, as well as they had a problem with the central midfield during the build-up. So Xabi Alonso counts on building up from the back. So we saw that Arne Slot, he tried to implement a high press on the defenders and prevent them from building up from the back. As well as we saw Arne Slot, he counted on formation 5-4-1 during the low block and closing all the gaps and half spaces. During the low block, we saw that Arne Slot counting on quick transitions. That's why he played with Florian Wirtz, because Florian Wirtz is very good during the defending phase from the first third to the final third. And in my opinion, this is the best place where Florian Wirtz could play. We saw him when he was with Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso used to count on him as a left winger, so he can help during the defending phase as well as during the transitions. The other reason that helped Arne Slot to dominate this game is Real Madrid itself. They were really bad with progressing with the ball. They weren't able to progress with the ball, especially in the first half. They had a lot of passing mistakes, and that actually gave Liverpool the chance to dominate on the game and recover the ball as fast as they can. And the reason behind this Real Madrid struggle was Bellingham. Bellingham in this game, he was absent. I mentioned in the previous episode with about Real Madrid that I liked Xabi Alonso when he played with Arda Güler and Bellingham in the midfield. But in this game, you feel like they played for the first time. There is no communication. There is no understanding between these players. You feel Bellingham, he just wants to go and score goals. I'm not trying to be harsh on Bellingham. I love this guy. He has a lot of good qualities. But in big games, or let me put it that way, when you're facing a tough opponent, you need Bellingham in the central midfield. You want to see Bellingham playing next to Tchouaméni, because Arda Güler is good, but he's not the best. He's not Modric yet. Yet Xabi Alonso doesn't want to understand this point. So Liverpool started their formation with 4-3-3 and sometimes would switch to 4-2-3-1. It depends upon the situation in different phases, and we'll see them playing in different structures during different phases. Real Madrid started with 4-1-4-1. It's the same formation that Real Madrid won against Barcelona in the Clásico. Xabi Alonso wanted to play with Camavinga this game, especially on the right flank, to stop Robertson from progressing, helping out Valverde facing Wirtz. At the same time, we saw that Valverde and Camavinga, they would switch places, where Valverde would play as a right winger and Camavinga would play as a right back. The main purpose of this formation was to control the central midfield and high positioning of Mbappe and Vinicius Juniors. We saw this formation during the attacking phase. You would see that it would flip, that Camavinga would go back as a with Chouameni, and Bellingham would play on the left flank, and Arda Güler would play on the right flank. So the formation would change to 4-4-2. And the purpose of this changing to 4-4-2 is to give more depth in the attacking phase, as well as being conservative during the defending phase. So when there is any transition from Liverpool, there's enough players covering the defending side. So the purpose of this structure is to provide a strong structural compromise between offense and defense. Arne Slot had various ways to face Real Madrid's mid-block. One of those ways is when he tried to build up from the back. You would see him playing with 3-2-3-2. So where Bradley was gonna open up the right flank, and the back you would see Konate alongside with Virgil van Dijk and Robertson as a third defender. And these three defenders, they performed one of the best games, especially Bradley. He stopped Vinicius Junior. We'll get back to Bradley later on. In minute 53-30, we saw that Konate with one pass gave it to Bradley. Bradley again gave it to Mac Allister. Mac Allister go Gravenberch. We saw that Wirtz and Szoboszlai, both of them went into attacking, and Szoboszlai got the ball. At the end he was fouled by Chouameni, and this is one of the ways that Arne Slot was building up from the back. At the beginning of the video we said that Real Madrid struggled with building up from the back. The reason behind that is Arne Slot and how he implemented his high press. First, he played with 3-2-2-3, as well as he played man-to-man to every player. So the only player who was able to roam freely was Courtois. And let's make it clear that Courtois, yes, he's the best goalie in the world, but with the ball, he's not that great. The other thing that Arne Slot counted, his team's physicality. And we know that Liverpool is strong physically. They have Van Dijk, Konate, Gravenberch, so they're really good with the aerial ball. Whenever Courtois sends a long ball, Liverpool players were able to tackle it and start a new build-up. That was one of the main reasons why Real Madrid's build-up from the back failed. Arne Slot's high press in this game was super efficient. Even when Courtois tried to play on the ground, implemented a very high press, and they were able to tackle the ball right away. We saw that in minute 9:47 as well, when Mac Allister, he was able to tackle the ball and give Mo Salah the ball, and was able to create a danger. As Jurgen Klopp used to say, that high press is the best playmaker. I believe in this quote, because when you implement high press in the opponent's third, you have the chance to score faster and easier when you're trying to build up from the back or hold the position, because the opponent is not organized yet when they lose the ball, so you have a better opportunity to score. And that's exactly what Arne Slot tried to do in the first half. And we saw Real Madrid committing lots of passes mistakes. I was demanding Bellingham to be in the central midfield alongside with Arda Güler and Chouameni, because Bellingham, he's really good with carrying the ball from the first third to the second third, as well as he's physically strong and he's able to go into one-on-one with Gravenberch. Liverpool didn't utilize their chances in the first half because there was Courtois. He's the best goalie in the world. Whenever he plays in the Champions League, you see a monster in the net. Now we're coming to the end of the video. I want to highlight some players. First, I would start with Courtois. Yes, he conceded one goal, but he prevented 5 or 7 goals. He kept his team in the game, especially in the first half. The second player I want to mention is Carreras. Carreras, I think he's the signing of the year for Real Madrid. This guy, he gave stability and strength in the left back. You feel like Real Madrid needed him 7 or 8 years ago since the departure of Marcelo. So he stopped in this game. He stopped Mo Salah in the first half, and Mo Salah wasn't there, especially in the first half, but in the second half he got better because Arne Slot's system got better as well. Now moving from Real Madrid, going to Liverpool. First I would start with Bradley. I was quite surprised from his performance this game. I was quite actually worried about him because he was playing against who? Against Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. I don't think he was there in the game today. He actually disappeared. He was in Bradley's pocket. I kept looking at him. Where are you, Vinicius? But I couldn't find him. So Bradley was really good, especially intercepting the ball from Vinicius. And he stopped him with the help of who? The help of Szoboszlai, another star player at Liverpool squad. This guy in this season, he's one of the best players in Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool, they weren't doing good in the recent games, but this guy was always there. He was performing really well. Wow, 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 wow. What a game from Szoboszlai. And the third or fourth player from Liverpool is Gravenberch. Gravenberch, he continues to be the mind in the midfield, in the central midfield for Liverpool. He caught the water and electricity from Bellingham. He didn't let him breathe in the central midfield. That's why Bellingham was one of the worst players, in my opinion, in this game. And the last player I want to end this video with is Florian Wirtz. Yes, Florian Wirtz didn't get into the system till now. Probably actually the whole system of Liverpool this season is collapsed. But when Arne Slot put him the place that he preferred as a left winger, helping out in the defending side as well as helping out in the offensive, in attacking side, he was able to perform one of the best games. Actually, not one of the. He was able to perform his best game with Liverpool. At the end, I want to say this: Arne Slot was able to dominate Xabi Alonso through implementing high press and studying Xabi Alonso's weakness and strength and found solutions for it. At the end of the video, I want to leave you with this question. What do you think is the reason behind Liverpool's win against Real Madrid? Leave your thought in the comment and peace!